What's up, guys? Welcome to Life Knowledge. My name is Justin Alphabet. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe down below. Stay to the end of the video so you get all the information that you need. Today we're going to be talking about manipulation. Everybody has an agenda. Everybody wants something from you. Sometimes needs something from you. Sometimes, you have what someone else needs, or you have, what someone else wants. For example, your parents, right? From a very early age, you grow up and they want you to be a specific way. They want you to do certain things, and they want you to, live a certain life, right? And typically, for most people, that's a good thing, right? Like, they'll give you the good guidance and direction that you need. They'll teach you how to tie your shoes. They'll teach you, not to touch hot things, like the stove, or, simplistic things like that. As you get older, it gets more technical, more advanced. They might want you to, go to a certain college, certain school. They might want you to pick a specific career field. They might want you to live your life a certain way. And typically, most of the time, most parents want what's best for you, or what they think is best for you, right? Ultimately, they want to make sure that you're in a happy, loving relationship. They want to see you successful, whatever success might mean for you, or sometimes even for them. So you have to be careful about that. That's what I'm talking about, manipulation. The people that you live with, the people that you care about, all want you to fill a certain part of their life. So, for example, I used to live with these roommates, and I like to clean, right? I like things to be clean. But these roommates would take advantage of that. So I would make sure that I would clean specific things that were mine. And when I didn't clean everything, they were like, "Why is everything so messy? Why is everything so dirty?" It's because I didn't do it, right? I was, filling that hole or that gap where they thought that I needed to be, or whatever. And so sometimes people will manipulate you, or use you, or use your talents to try to better their life. Sometimes parents do this with, certain things. So, like, when you are trying to grow up and stuff, your mom or your dad might ask you to act a certain way around adults, or act a certain way around other people. They might reward you for being shy around people and not saying things and not speaking your mind, or not talking about how you feel, or shutting up as a child, right? And so that might be carrying over into adulthood, because that benefited your parents. They didn't have to hear you talking that much. But now it doesn't benefit you because you can't speak up for yourself, or something like that, right? So there are all kinds of situations where that might happen. There's things that we do for our parents, whether we are a people pleaser, whether we are not, like, whether we've had to take a position of power and lead the family in a certain way because our parent wasn't leading. It just depends on the situation, right? Like, every person has a different story, a different background, but sometimes children end up being the parents. They're parenting their own parents, or sometimes the way that their parents parented them, they had to become like a people pleaser. Like, they had to shut up, be quiet, not say too much, not talk about how they feel, shut down, not let their emotions out, whatever it might be. And for both of these situations, there are ways out of that. And typically that comes through standing up for yourself, setting positive boundaries, not letting people manipulate you, not going back to the way that things were. And also, by setting clear boundaries, you don't have to make it confrontational. You can just distance yourself, pull back. You can make sure that you are taking care of yourself, that you have yourself as your highest priority, that you focus on the positivity and the self-love that you're giving to other people. For example, if you're a people pleaser, if you're selfless, then that means that would be more integritous, like putting up walls and boundaries. And you don't have to get angry or mad or anything, but just pull back, right? If you're usually selfless and you're so giving. If you're on the opposite side of that, where you've had to be the parent to your parent or whatever, where you've had to like basically fend for yourself and pay for your own stuff. You've had to, you know, be the power in the house, you know, wear the pants in the house essentially. You've probably already figured out by now that this manipulation happens where your parent expects a lot of you and also to distance yourself. The challenge for those people will be vulnerability in relationships in the future, because they're one person who they were supposed to be vulnerable with, their parent, wasn't fulfilling that need. And so focusing and figuring out how to be vulnerable around people will be a difficulty in the future. Vulnerability starts with being honest, telling the truth, um, making sure that, you know, you can trust somebody. And once you can trust somebody, making sure that, you know, that you continuously, you know, check in on that and make sure that that trust is valid. Obviously, there are trustworthy people in this world. So finding the people that are very selfless, finding the people who truly have your best interests at heart, those are the kinds of people who, you know, you want to keep around. And the way you can tell that those people are genuine is if you can tell them both good news and bad news, and they'll listen to both without getting upset. If it's really bad news, obviously sometimes people are going to get upset. People are imperfect, but for the most part, you can tell them, this person that you can trust, good news and bad news. And good news, they'll support you and they'll be happy for you. And bad news, they'll also support you and help you work through things or whatever, right? That's how you can tell if you can trust somebody and be vulnerable with them. Well, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video on manipulation. Make sure that you set clear boundaries. And I have other videos on boundaries as well if you want to check those out. Have the day you deserve. Let's level up, and I'll see you in the next one.